Hello people, my phone is on a charger and it is 99 degrees outside in Orem, Utah right now. Just dropped my kids off at the mall. They're gonna go hang out. I'm so glad that I've got older kids that can watch the younger ones. I haven't headed to my group therapy like usual. I try to do this every Tuesday. You know, talk to myself on my phone. Hoping that I'll be listened to by somebody. Wow, they changed this whole mall parking place. It is all different. Now to figure out where to go. Anyway, so I have taken a little break from the keto diet, but besides that, we have a situation that's been very stressful, frustrating, discouraging. It's our living situation again. This what happened was our landlords, I mean, we really like him and respect him, and they're serving a Christian mission in South Africa, which is pretty cool. But they don't want to keep their house, and we didn't really know that. I mean, we knew that they had tried to sell it before we moved in, but they really don't want to keep it, and I can see why. I mean, there's a lot of problems, and they're not really making money on it. They're probably just barely getting the mortgage plus a few extra $100 a month, which has been going to tons and tons of repairs. Like, they've had to replace the AC, they've had to replace the sump pump, they've had to do a lot of stuff like that, and I feel bad for them. So it's been kind of like a waste of an investment for them. It's supposed to be paying for their mission and living and stuff because it's their retirement. Anyway, so they've got other rental properties, and those are probably doing a lot better than this one. They're really nice people, but here's the problem. We asked if we could do like a rent to own or owner finance type of situation deal, and their realtor told them no, that's probably not in your best interest, which I can see the good and bad about that. I'm kind of pissed off about it. I'm disappointed. But oh my gosh, I just saw a huge boulder that goes up like this in front of someone's house, and two smaller boulders right in front of it. You can probably guess where my mind is going on that one. Oh my gosh, I am gonna have to drive back there and take a picture of it, because that is unbelievable. I wonder if they did it on purpose or if it was a total accident. People like to put things in threes. Well, sometimes in threes doesn't always work, especially when the middle one is long and more narrow than the shorter, rounder ones. I mean, they're huge boulders in their front yard on a busy street. That's too funny. Okay, sorry, total sidetrack there, but anyway. Okay, so they don't want to do a rent to own for us in the place we're at, but we love where we're at. We also realize that rental prices went up more and more the longer we've lived there. Just over a year, they've gone up like a ton. And the housing market here in Utah County is freaking insane. There's high demand, so people are making bank on their sales and bank on their rentals. There are a few that you can find that people don't care and they just want to get it out of their hair and sell it or rent it. But that is very rare. Most people are actually wanting to make money, which duh, makes sense. So here we are. We signed a 2-year contract with them to live there for 2 years, and they gave us a slightly lower rental price for the 2 years because they were going to be gone a year and a half. So, or just over a year, or I don't remember how long it was. But anyway, they don't remember this. As a matter of fact, without even telling us or talking to us or anything, they assumed we were moving to Boise, Idaho, because Tyler had worked for a week there. and I'd posted it online that that's what he was doing, and they assumed that our lease had just hit the year mark or was about to hit the year mark, and they got a hold of their realtor and decided that they wanted him to do a walkthrough, and that's all they told us. They didn't tell us like how much they're expecting or hoping to get. They weren't telling us if he was just inspecting it or if he was appraising it or if he was they didn't explain anything, so I didn't know what to expect. And I mean, they gave us like a day and a half notice, and I wasn't home almost that whole time, so I didn't have a chance to get the house ready. It was a big sty, and people who know me know I've got a heart condition. I cannot work fast. I will pass out, and it's kind of scary. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be stupid and bust my balls, bust my butt to clean out a place that we're gonna live for another year in. But I was a little alarmed about the realtor wanting to come over. So we asked them, are you planning on selling? They didn't answer the question. And so the realtor comes and he shows up with 2 more people, all in separate cars. And I'm like, okay, I know one of you is the real estate agent or the realtor. And who are the other 2? You guys inspectors, or who are you? Because I had no idea what was going on, and they looked at me like I should have known who they were. I didn't know. They're like, no, we're looking to buy. And I was like, what? What? You're looking to buy? Like, we're here for another. I'm like, okay, we have a contract to be here for another year. And they looked just as shocked about that information as I did about them being prospective buyers. Like, we were like, what? So there's like some communication not going on there that needed to be happening. And so I just, I was pissed and upset, like very much so. As a matter of fact, after I shot the breeze for him for a little bit, explained my situation, and they seemed very understanding and forgiving and very nice and cordial and very good people. You could tell they had good spirit about them. I just, I went outside, I called my husband, I cried, I was so upset. We love where we live, we don't want to move. And I made that very clear to the owners. And they didn't respond to that. I know they're looking out for their best interests. It's not their responsibility to look out for ours. I totally get that. But we have another year on our contract, and they argue saying, we've never signed a multi-year lease, especially at the rental price that you're paying. Like they think it's a ridiculous idea. And I'm like, you picked us because we could stay for 2 years. And no one else wanted to pay the price for 2 years. So, needless to say, we were extremely frustrated. And my husband wasn't home for this whole thing while they're walking through our filthy house. I was overwhelmed. He pulls up right after they drive away. Anyway, then the owners contact us and say they're very upset about the condition of the home, acting like we had just beat the crap out of their house. And I'm like, we didn't destroy anything. Nothing is ruined. Like, yes, it's dirty. I'm sorry. It's not really super clean. We just emptied our storage unit, and we've had a ton of things going on. I can't do everything around my house like I'd like to, and like other, healthy stay-at-home moms can do. I'm not physically able to. And I have 4 kids, and one of them has got special needs, and he's all over the place, and he's difficult. So anyway, they're like, well, we can't find our contract. I mean, we don't have it with us. I'm like, why didn't you take it? But anyway, they don't have a copy of the contract with them. We cannot find our copy anywhere. And so both of our hands are tied, theirs and ours. They can't sell it because there's a contract. We can't move or do anything because there's a contract. So until one of us locates this contract, we're kind of stuck. But anyway, so they said in 2 months when we come home, we're going to do a walkthrough and then decide what to do from there. So basically, you have 2 months to get everything cleaned up or you're out, is what I got out of that. So whether there's another year contract or not, they're just giving us 2 months because that's all they want to give. They just want to get rid of the place and they don't see a reason to keep it, especially if we're not keeping it clean. And I mean, I'm reasonable. I get it. I understand. But it is still very, very hard on us. It's so hard on our family. The last 2 places we lived, the first place that we moved into after Tyler got out of the Army, you know, besides my parents, they asked us to move after our year contract was up because they had family moving in. So we had to move, and that was only after a year and a half. And then the next place, they asked us to move after our year contract was up because they had family moving in. I'm like, come on. And that was only after a year and a half. So after a year and a half at each of those places, moving, and we're gonna have to do it again. Tyler's pissed. Pissed. He is so mad. Me, I'm just discouraged. We were hoping maybe we could qualify for a home loan. Nope, we can't. You have to be self-employed for 2 years, proving how much you make with W-2s for minimum 2 years in order to get approved for any kind of loan, especially a VA loan. And we can only use Tyler's VA benefits, and that qualifies us for like dirt, literally a plot of land. And we'd have to find a plot of land that they don't require you to build on right away, and we'd have to or we would just have to pay debts and save and wait another year and a half, 2 years before we can even consider buying. And then I looked at rentals. I've been looking at rentals, keeping my eye on the market, and the prices are so steep. It is so stressful, and it is so discouraging. We'd have to pay a lot more than what we're paying now in order to get a house. And we would have to, sorry, excuse me. Plus we have bad credit, so most people check credit, so even the places that we would hopefully get won't take us anyway because our credit. So we're hoping we're not going to be homeless. Anyway, that's the update for now. I'll post this as soon as I can. We're needing some prayers and some guidance, encouragement and stuff. Love you guys. Talk to you later.